Imagine you're driving a center-articulated loader. Imagine you're driving a grader. Imagine you're driving a hauler. You crank the wheel. The machine bends in the middle. It feels super nimble. Here's the catch. That bend quietly moves your center of gravity and shrinks your safety margin. Quick baseline. The machine is two frames joined at a pivot. Your stability comes from the footprint of all tires touching the ground. As long as your center of gravity projects down inside that footprint, you're good. Cross the edge, you tip. When you articulate, two things happen at once. First, the mass doesn't shift inside the machine, but the frame geometry does. The pivot angles the front and rear, so the effective base on the outside of the turn gets narrower. It's like standing with your feet closer together on one side. Second, turning introduces lateral acceleration that pushes the projected center of gravity toward the outside tires. Even a slow turn adds a nudge. Net effect. The box that safely contains your center of gravity gets smaller right when you're pushing against it. How big is that impact? Rule of thumb: big. At moderate articulation, many machines lose a noticeable chunk of lateral stability. Near full articulation, your rollover threshold can drop dramatically, often on the order of a third or more, before you even add speed, bumps, or load swing. Now, add a slope. Even 5 to 10 degrees means gravity is already pulling your center downhill. On a 10-degree side slope, the projection of your center of gravity is sitting closer to the downhill tires before you move the steering. If you then articulate toward the downhill side, you narrow the downhill footprint and push the projection further that way. That stacks the deck. Practical takeaways: keep articulation shallow on side slopes. Straighten before the slope if you can. Slow your turn. Halving speed slashes that lateral push. Keep loads low and centered. Raised or offset buckets swing the projection higher and further out. Read the ground. Ruts and rocks on the downhill side steal extra margin. The payoff: treat articulation like a stability multiplier. On flat ground, it's your friend. On a slope, it can quietly cut your safety buffer in half. Respect that, and your machine stays shiny side up.